Good serve, passing, reception is very important if you want to play good volleyball and win a lot of matches. But let's face it, who among you doesn't have trouble receiving a serve? I, for example, have struggled with serve reception my entire career. I have done a lot of exercises to pass and receive well and be better than others. And I want to show you today 8 exercises that are great for improving your serve reception technique, where we will play the ball with one hand only. We can't play volleyball without technique, we all know that. Simply without technique the ball doesn't listen to us and bounces wherever it wants. But what is technique? Sure, in volleyball we talk about 6 basic skills that we need to work on our technique. But for each skill we should work not only on the basic technique, but also on the foundation of the technique and actually develop our skill and complexity in every detail so that no unconventional flying ball will throw us off. That's why I think that even developing the touch of the ball when we bump with one hand is something that players should work on. It's pretty clear that we always try to pass the serve with our hands joined. Now, I'm not going to tell you that you can only pass or receive with one hand. No, you don't. We don't go for any ball unless we are forced to with only one hand. But on the other hand, you know it for a fact that you can't always pass the ball accurately in the middle of your joined hands with a big platform in forearm pass. Often we find ourselves passing the ball with only one hand. Sometimes this is because we made a mistake and misjudged the flying path of the ball. In other cases, it's due to the quality serve that can have great speed from jump serve, or it may be a floating serve that is floating in the air in front of us until the last moment. In these situations, it's almost always a situation where the ball is flying off our body axis and we have to react quickly to the change in the ball's path. That's why I think that receiving players should prepare for this situation as well. Don't count on always passing the ball in an ideal hand position and with maximum platform. And to build up a feeling and sensitivity for the ball even if it doesn't ideally land on your both hands. I also believe that every player should constantly push his or her limits. Because if we keep practicing the same drills over and over, or if we keep passing serve only from our teammates, our progress on serve reception won't be as much as when we add unconventional but initially very difficult exercises. And it is the serve passing exercises where we only involve one hand that are the ideal preparatory exercises for serve passing development. Exercises that will help you to get significantly better at receiving in the long run. These exercises develop our sensitivity for the ball. We have to concentrate as much as possible and perform them with absolute precision. Otherwise the ball will not listen to us and will bounce where we don't want it to. Also, through these exercises you will have a much better feel for the ball. Imagine that if you master these exercises and pass the ball where you want, then receiving with two hands will be much easier for you and you will be much more confident. Because you'll know that if you can't do it with one hand, you just have to do it with two. On the other hand, I'm not saying that only these one-handed ball passing exercises will be enough for you to receive a good reception. But if you practice them along with the other wall exercises I filmed in my online course, your serve reception will improve exponentially. But now let's get to the exercises themselves, which I have ranked from easiest to hardest. At the beginning these are exercises for beginners. At the end you will find really hard exercises which are not easy even for a professional player, and you need a great feel for the ball to master them. We start with a simple drill that I also use in training the youngest kids to develop bump. We throw the ball, let it hit to the ground and then play it up with one hand. Again we let it fall, followed by another bump. Always try to play the ball on the forearm as in a classic bump. The arm is extended throughout the entire exercise. First we do the exercise with one hand, then we switch to the other hand. Then we add a variation where we alternate hands, once playing with the right hand, the second time with the left hand. Our goal is to play the ball above us, about 2 to 3 meters high, so that the ball hits the floor close to our body and we don't have to chase it all over the gym. Once we have mastered the first exercise, we can move on to the second. This is a similar exercise, only now we don't let the ball fall on the ground, but play bump several times in a row with one hand. We work with our legs when we play the bump. We don't just stand on our outstretched legs. Also, we don't play the ball with the edge of our hand, but with as much surface area on our forearm as possible. Again, practice one hand first, then the other. Then add alternating touches with left hand and right hand. In this exercise we are always in one place, not moving. We try to keep the ball without taking a step sideways or forward and backwards. Now let's make the exercise more complicated. The basis of the exercise is identical to the previous one. We still play the bump with one hand, which we regularly alternate, but we'll add the movement. Now not only we do move forward and backwards, but we also intentionally start spinning to the left or right. Our body gets into tricky situations, so our hands and eyes have to react to keep the ball up so it doesn't fall on the ground. A common exercise you see in many teams training is this one. Two players stand facing each other, approximately 3 meters apart. They play a one-handed bump ball to each other. My goal for couple is to make at least 50 touches without dropping the ball on the ground. Let's move to the wall for a moment. Play the ball with one hand against the wall. The ball should be played off the body axis. Try to do 20 reps with one hand and then the other hand. Again, a variation is to also play the ball from one side to the other. And at the end of the wall exercise, when you have done already more than 100 touches, your hands can look like mine, pretty purple. If you want to make this exercise harder, add playing the ball up above you before playing each ball against the wall. Now your hand has to change angle for each touch to bounce the ball properly. If you can get 10 complete reps, you are good, and some even better than me. To practice receiving with one hand, this exercise is also useful, where two players stand at the net and play the ball over the net to the other side, again with one hand. Players use this exercise again to increase their feel for the ball with one hand. And the exercise I learned in Poland is receiving an easy ball with one hand. One player stands about 3 meters from the net and throws easy balls to the passing player. The player tries to pass the ball high to the net with one hand. It's as if he's passing a classic serve. You can use, for example, a ball basket for accuracy of reception, where your receptions should be directed. Even though the ball is only easily thrown, it is not easy to pass it accurately into the basket. Passing or receiving a serve in volleyball is not easy, and the vast majority of players have trouble with it because the serve has evolved and become the first attack. That's why we need to focus more on receiving and not just do the same exercises over and over again, but sometimes incorporate these unconventional exercises into our training, exercises that will help you to develop your feel and sensitivity for the ball with one hand. I believe that these passing exercises with one hand will help you to become a better player. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.